Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sunday evening. This may not be Sunday for you, though, I suppose. I hope you're all doing well. Congratulations. We are almost one-third of the way through the course, which is hard to believe. The second module, I talked to some of you and through chats and things, and I know those readings were a bit heavy, and we needed to read them a couple times to really make sense of them. So I applaud you for getting through that, and some of you did a brilliant job of comparing and contrasting and tying ideas together. It was really impressive. It was a tough slog at times, so well done. The next few days we'll be continuing the dialogue as you respond to peers, and then we'll be moving on to Module 3 on Thursday. So I just wanted to give you some overarching comments about some of the things I saw when I was reviewing the posts during the last 4 days. Make sure that when you make a bold claim or a statement, that you always provide evidence or support for that claim. And really be careful and mindful of the use of generalizations. So when we say, all teachers use inquiry, or any kind of sweeping, in my opinion, this is blah, blah, blah. You need to make sure you give a rationale, a support for that, something that you've witnessed, something that you've seen in practice, or something in the literature that is a fact that you can really speak to. Or, of course, and some of you have referenced curricular documents, policy documents, that's all good. That's fine, because you really need to, in academic work, make sure your readers understand the basis for your claims, and that they create enough, that evidence you provide creates enough of a basis for your claim to stand on itself. That's the real difference between academic writing and something you might see in the paper or wherever. It's a very it's part of the disciplined way of writing. So that's something that I think we all need to work on and just be careful of. So when you reread your posts a couple times through, just make sure that anytime you're using, I believe, in my opinion, or making big, bold generalizations, that they're accurate for one thing, and that you have enough substantial evidence or an example or a document to ground it in. So that's really key. And also, too, sometimes when you're making a connection between the theory and the example, it also begs a little bit of a why or a little bit of an explanation. So when you say, this curricular document is an example of Tyler's claims, okay, that's fine, but we want you to unpack it just a little bit, take the next step, and tell the reader why you think that's so. Why do you think that's a strong connection? And that really helps you demonstrate your understanding of the philosophical stance better, too. The other thing I wanted to mention, some of you are already doing this. I know 250 words isn't a lot, so you have to be very efficient with your word choices and quote choices and that sort of thing. Start experimenting, if you can, with using portions of quotes instead of whole quotes to make your same statement. So lots of times you don't need the full sentence from the scholar, you might just need the phrase. And if you work with it well in your sentence and explain it, and of course keep it in context, then you can really ground your claim with a really efficient use of words. So try that. Also, when you do it, and some of you did it already, make sure it still flows. So when you go from your voice to the quote, the partial quote, make sure it still makes sense. Sometimes you need to add a conjunction or something to make sure it flows. Make sure the tense is the same, that sort of thing, so it doesn't become broken. And really the best way to do that is either have your computer read it back to you out loud so you can pick that up, or read it out loud yourself. That really helps. So, well done. And obviously, if you have questions, just send me an email. I'm going to do another hangout here, and I'm not sure which night. It's not going to be Sunday. I want to try another night, and whoever, again, it's totally optional, whoever can drop in. And thanks to everybody who took advantage of the formative feedback and shared your work with me before posting it. I think I really believe that assessment is an ongoing dialogue with students, and it has to be part of strengthening your work and part of your learning. That's really what assessment is for me. So I'm glad some of you had the time or were able to do that, and I hope you found it beneficial. And if you did, or if you appreciated that experience, make sure you share that with your peers. So thanks, and all the best as we march our way to the end of September. Take care.